Mitch Miller, Masonic, Storyteller, Anarchist Atheist, www.plotm.com. Just walking and talking here. Another mural I found the other day I'm going to show you. But I want to go back to the note. As I said, this project, having a city kind of just neighbors living together from different places and trying to resolve, kind of living peacefully. I proposed it in Pittsburgh. I said it could be done in Europe. I see an issue, is the same issue as in Pittsburgh. Like I said, the rednecks don't want to give up their city. You can see that there. These Pittsburgh families, I guess, don't want to give up their city or whatever. It's not really giving it up, and I have a lot of proposals on how you could transition it logically and still preserve the Pittsburgh element that everybody's really proud of, that working class element that's really leaving whether you want to face the facts or not, and it's going to get overtaken by this Bitcoin generation. So, like I said, I had proposals that I wanted to put out just in the local community through some little independent films or movies to try to explain to some of these families that are third generation Pittsburghers how all the nuts and bolts of it could work. But I didn't really get that opportunity, and but I want to talk about why I proposed it there and why I'm okay with just proposing it there, because you don't have the same situation in Europe that you did in the United States, because I'm going to talk about this. We'll dedicate this to that Harvard debate team, but a little bit more history here, and it kind of goes back to that Jesuit American president that I was talking about. One of the youngest presidents, if not the youngest president. He was placed in a position where he could have, I believe, delivered a lot of change. And after that, I don't know that a lot of American presidents are positioned to deliver, drastic changes. And is that good? People are very cautious in this day and age, and there's arguments out there and there's science out there that says a lot of things need to change drastically. So if we're not going to budge in the modern world, which I'm finding daily by being isolated here, and I found for the past 11 months in the United States, then I'm willing to go anywhere and anywhere where we can converge with some capital and some intelligent and educated people and start getting some things done by working with the sovereign nation and the government there. But I want to talk, when the civil rights did come in the United States and desegregation in schools started being enacted large scale, what happened in a lot of these United States cities, it's referred to as white flight. So a lot of people, there weren't as many private schools back then as there are now. And now we've begun into a charter school system in the United States as well. And then there's a lot more homeschooling. It's a lot easier with technology. But back then, a lot of these white people that lived in the city, made their money in the city, they said, I don't want my kids going to school with minorities. And that was in the 50s and 60s. And you saw them, they started developing outside of the city, and that actually coincided with the federal interstate program, and it facilitated a lot of these smaller state and in conjunction with the federal interstate systems, the parkways and things like that, facilitated these suburbs and these white Americans being able to move 20 miles away, which, again, to criticize things even further facilitates our fossil fuel reliance in a lot of in the modern American nation. But a lot of people moved out. They built newer houses through the 60s, 70s, 80s, even into the 90s, and abandoned these cities, including Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had a third of the population that it did in its heyday in the height of the 70s when the mills were open. You know, as of the 90s and the early 2000s, had about a third of the population. A lot of older families stayed, and a lot of old people stayed, whose kids had graduated or been, you know, fully grown. They chose to leave, and a lot of older people stayed because the city facilitates still being able to be mobile at an older age, and you know, be able to take care of yourself to an older age. So that's white flight, and that existed. It's a widespread occurrence in the United States. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge it, but that's you know, in the early 2000s, and you know, in my generation, you kind of went and you got educated in sociology, and you learned that you know, the evening news has a lot of people afraid of violent crime and gang violence, and those type of situations in the cities. And does that exist? Yeah, there's statistics on it, but the local evening news, the thing that flashes on your screen the most in the evenings, has a large part of the population afraid of that. And when you go and study sociology and higher education, you kind of learn that you know, that's just a deterrent. So you had a lot of people, you know, my age, kind of moving back to the city centers, and you know, you have your hipster generation that's kind of on this, and a lot of those people are educated. They're willing to live in neighborhoods that you know, are cheaper, more low income. That's a good thing, and you know, I have my criticisms, but as far as the outlook and the intentions of that generation, I think they're noble. It's just where it steers from here that I caution. But so do I feel bad? You know, as I said, I showed a letter that I initially sent to the Pentagon, and I sent multiple other letters, and you know, made a statement there and gave them arguments. But I, you know, basically, you know, sent this project out. I proposed this project, and you know, it was up to them, and I'll come out with it. Why not? You know, because probably the military was extremely confused by what I was doing. But I declared to the Pentagon of the United States that the city limits of Pittsburgh were no longer U.S. soil. I did that to offer peace, and I did it with the best intentions. I also did it to invite any agency, federal agency, to be able to help in the creation of that project. That includes, you know, the myth of the CIA, or whatever form that takes, because I know that the actual CIA is military intelligence officers, and they are in places where the United States is currently at war, or potentially at war, but I would just stick with currently actively in a conflict or at war. You know, I know that that intelligence agency is not chartered to operate within the United States, and so that's why I invited that situation for any of these you know, business people that or whatever, to be able to invest in certain situations, and that just was not forthcoming. So I did that, you know, and I can back up why I did that, and you know, it was just a declaration, but I think it was something, a statement that could be made, and it could be argued either way, in a protective manner, or in a invitational manner for other nations. And that's the other issue I see with Europe, is there isn't one, the EU does not have one, to my knowledge, institution that represents every branch of the military in Europe to be able to make that declaration. And number two, I'm nowhere near a citizen. I felt comfortable because I was a naturalized citizen there, and I'm 33 years old, and you know, I felt comfortable doing that. Here, I've no citizenship rights, and unless I met a group of people that were wholeheartedly citizens and members of the EU that would be willing to do that, I don't think that's really an option. But here's a City Hall where I went to meet the consultant. You can see some copper work up there. There's a clock affixed in there, and we got a statue here, some stonework, some young people waving. You can see it's a little older stone. I guess that's more kind of a stucco concrete type of finish on there. Some stained glass, interesting ironwork on the glass, and interesting ironwork on these doors. But again, it looks like an older building. Not sure the date or the history. That's Mitch Miller signing out for now.